someone is thick. Not in a good way. They pretty much had a year on and off. Some rides here, some rides there, but mostly off. Because I've been focusing on my new relationship. And now I'm kind of getting back into the swing of things where I'm wanting to ride more. And like her body is just like one big blob. And the video does not do it justice. Like, she's literally like a big blob of fat. So we're getting back into work. Look at that belly. And then Avalon is over here having a meltdown because I'm filling waters and I'm going to ride Kamani and take her just on a small little, probably 15-20 minute ride. And Avalon is not happy. She's got like 10 acres and she's like, screw this, I want my buddy. Of course I miss it when she's bucking and bronking, kicking up dust, pitching a fit. Now she wants to be all calm and quiet. I need to get on her next, but I definitely need to do groundwork with her first because the last time I went a while without riding her and put saddle on, well, you guys got to see her buck. So, whereas Kamani, the most she'll do is be a little speedy. So yeah, definitely getting this one back in shape. Definitely gained weight. Her breast collar used to fit up to here, to this hole, and it would still be incredibly loose. Now it's loose, but it's tight enough to hold that saddle in. And then her cinch used to come to here where this black line is, and now if I go past here, I'm probably gonna have a bronc guide. Her cinch used to be able to wrap 3 times and go clear past this hole, and I'm probably gonna get it to this hole. So, oh, there's a cat on the car. I thought it was the dog. He likes to chase the horses. Ah! Get out of my truck. No, get out of my truck. I have to roll that window up. But she definitely put some pounds on. So I'm going to let her stand here and breathe, go check the water, and then I'm probably going to move her around a little bit, let her feel that saddle on her again, and then hop on. So I tried to lead her down this little path right here, and there was a tree branch hanging right about there. And so I tried to guide her kind of around it where she might have to step over the rock. She decided, I don't want to step over the rock, Mom. I'll go the way you went. And the tree branch caught the saddle horn. She leapt forward, did 1 crow hop, and then calmed down. So maybe time off has chilled her a bit because the old her would have bolted, been gone, and freaked. So the fact that she was able to do like a little hop and be over it, I am super proud with that. So I'm going to take her back up here. We're going to ride around on the gravel. And then I'm going to decide if I want to ride her in the pasture with Avalon or if I want a chance taking her down the road, because where we're at now towards the lake is a lot of crazy drivers that don't really care about anybody else but themselves. So we got down a little part of the driveway. She hasn't really seen this part besides through the fence. And today's going to be a really short ride. I'm probably going to ride her down to the end of the driveway and back up maybe 1 or 2 times. And that's probably going to be it for today. Avalon is not happy. I like, how pretty is this view? I'm mostly just saying how she's going to do. Because there's people that just drive like maniacs. There's guard dogs across the road that bark and chase. There's sheep, cattle, lots of stuff up here. Come on, it's just a tree. Abby, banana! Banana Anna! That's my dog's nickname too. Come on! Come on, you can come with us. See, you're not alone. Just gonna ride probably down to the end of the driveway and back. I might let her trot back. As long as the other dog stays up there. The other dog's pretty good. The first day when we brought him here, he chased him, but he's kind of figured out if you say his name and tell him no, he actually leaves him alone. He's a pretty good dog. Pretty cool temperament. her to back up. Dropped her head, but she didn't take a step. Let's take a couple steps. Take a couple steps. There. Back up a couple more steps. There. Just want a little bit more attention on me. I know it's been a while since you had a lot of things asked of you. Asked you to behave, huh? Got an itch. Oh, I didn't ask you to walk off. We're going to stop and stand here until you quit. When I got on her, she did that too. She just walked off like, all right, let's go. She is, I think she'd be a good endurance horse. She has got the go. She's respectful of what you're asking, but if you let her go, she will go. She's had a few treats. That's why the red's on her lip. Yeah, poor girl. I think there's a car coming. So I'm just going to let her stand here. See what happens. People just do not care on a gravel road. Good girl. So that's the only thing I have not done is take them up to the lake, because people typically drive down those roads faster than that because it's a 17% upgrade and 17% downgrade. So they go kind of quick, which is fine and all, but Monty can be very jumpy, and then there's days where you think she's a solid, broke 23-year-old. Let me turn around here. You're okay. So she's getting a little sticky-footed because that dog's behind her now. So I might not let her trot back yet. Wait for her to relax a little bit. There we go. So I'm going to let her trot here. So when she gets sticky-footed is normally when she gets ready to blow up a little bit. By blow up, I just mean spook, bolt a little bit. She's not uncontrollable, but she will bolt. Okay, Tanner? Pull back. Good. Good job. I think we're going to do that about one more time, and that'll be the day. Just get on, let her walk around, look around, have a little bit of fun. So, I'm going to turn her this way now. Good. That is my problem. I used to turn her just one way all the time, and then it got to the point where it was hard to neck grind her the other way because I never did it that way. Back. She's focused on that dog. Now I'm asking her hip over. She's ignoring. Gonna keep asking. There, she's straightened, but I want one more step back. There. No, I didn't ask you forward. Back up. Head down. There. Got your crooked again. So let's fix your hip. Now you're too much over. One step. There. Cool. Good girl. So I'm just gonna go back and be a tiny bit picky and ask a few things that she knows, because you see what she does is she's not listening to me. She's looking at something in the distance, which is fine, but I still need her to be able to look around but do her job. Alright, we're gonna head on back. Let her rock a little, and let's canter. Go back. Good. what she's looking at. I don't know if I can zoom in that far, but across the street, they got some guardian dogs. And they're so fluffy. And they kind of look like wolves from here. I actually thought one was a wolf. So that's what pretty girl is looking at. So pretty. Yeah. So I'm going to say something, and I'm not going to regret saying this. My horses have had pretty much a year off since I met my boyfriend. Now, a lot of people would say, you know, Avalon's about to be 5, Kamani is 5, you shouldn't be giving them time off now. I used to have nothing else to do except for work, go home and see my animals. That was it. Literally, that was life. And now that I have a boyfriend and we've been together almost a year, wow, that flew by, and we're happy. And now let me get something straight with you guys. He did not make me stop riding. He actually encouraged me, you know, go ride your horses if you're bored or something. And I just wanted to spend that time with him. I never have wanted to be with a partner that bad, that much. Like, I never craved being around my past partners like that, my exes. So, the girls have only done what you guys have seen. Anything you guys have seen is what I have done with them since last summer when I met my partner. Now, a lot of people would be like, oh my god, you picked the wrong time to turn them out, you shouldn't have done that, you should have kept consistency with them. And I agree to a point, because a consistency is great for young horses. It's great. It's a good thing for them to have. But you also have these people out here that'll back a horse for 30, 60 days and then turn them out for a year, 2 or 3, depending on the program and the trainer. This is reality hitting home for me. Here's what I've noticed since I'm having time off. Now, they've been ridden here and there. They've been worked here and there. So it hasn't been just complete turnout. But I haven't been home as often. I haven't went out and seen them as often because they do have a 300-gallon trough. They are free-fed hay, free-fed grass. So they constantly have forage and water. Now that trough lasts them about a week. We'll go up and see them once a week. Even when they were at home, it was about once a week I was going home. And a lot of people would look at that and be like, wow, you're a bad owner. Okay, it's not like they're not being checked on. Both times they're on properties where there's people that'll be like, hey, their water's low, hey, their hay's low, hey, their grass is low, you need to move them. Like, it's not like they're being completely unsupervised at all times. You know, it's not like there's not anybody out there looking at them. What I'm gonna get at is my old self used to only have horses, dogs, and a job, right? I didn't have a partner. So I had that mentality of, if you don't ride your horse to a sweat, you're not working them, you're not getting your point across. If they're not having wet saddle pad rides, you're not training, is the mindset that I had. Now, nobody put that into me. That's just how my mind was doing it. Now, my horses last summer would run from me. If I went to catch them, to brush them, fly spray them, check them over, make sure there's no ticks on them, pet them even, give them a treat, they would run. And I would have to chase them into a round pen or a smaller paddock. And if it was a smaller paddock, or sometimes even the round pen, it was still another 10 or 15 minutes before I could catch them. And I used to ride them hard. I used to get really, really agitated if they didn't do something off the first cue, which they're not a robot, but I do like a broke horse, if that makes sense. And now I look at them and I want to cry, because I go out to see them, and the beginning of this summer, my mom could go out and whistle and they'd come right to her. I've never had that relationship with them, and I always thought it's because I'm the one that rides them, I'm the one that works them to a sweat, I'm the one that gets after them and makes them listen to me. Maybe that's why they don't like me. They don't want to be caught. Once I had them, they were angels, they're sweethearts, they want to be loved on, they want to have cookies, they want to be groomed and fly sprayed and, you know, be pampered. But it was the catching that was the issue. now, up here where they're at, I go out once a week, check their water, check them. It's gonna start being 2 or 3 times a week now because we've seen how chonky Kamani is. So she definitely has to be worked. It's gonna be more often now because she is getting kind of a thick neck where you can shake it a little. So obviously that's not good. And I want to catch it early and correct it early. But my whole point of this part of this video is that I have a better relationship after I gave them a break. After I stopped with the wet saddle pad rides day in and day out when I got home from work because I thought that's what it meant to be a trainer. After I hounded them for not listening and I put them in their place where I thought that, you know, being bossy and being rough with them was the way to go. And I stopped drilling them and I stopped expecting something from them every single time I caught them or even went out to give them a pet. If they acted a certain way, I wouldn't ignore it and just walk away. I would correct it. I was like this drill sergeant for them. Now that they've had a lot of time off with some time on, I can go out there and I literally want to cry. I whistle and I go, girls! And they'll either come completely up that 9-10 acres, however much it is, and meet me at the gate, or they'll meet me halfway. But they see that halter, I can go out there and I whistle and they meet me, they greet me, they're happy to see me. They don't care if I have the halter. They're more lovey, more playful. Avalon wants to chew on my shoestrings. Kamani wants to nibble on my legs and rub all over me like a puppy and be itchy and scratchy and be loved on. And so my whole point is you and your horses aren't clicking. Maybe what they need and maybe what you need is a break. Because I never thought in a million years giving them time off and working them way less would get me to where I am with them now. I am so happy I have a relationship with my horses now to where I can go out and catch them and they don't run from me. So that's just like my little rant. If you're having some issues with your horse, you don't have to give them a whole year off with some time here or some time there. But give them a month or so off. Just give them and yourself some time off and see what good it gets you.